It started by getting my first microscope as a birthday gift from my friends. This was just a happy accident. I had this feeling that I really loved all of those optical effects. I started to spend more and more time after my working hours to have some more experience with the microscope. I started to put anything I could find at my home under the microscope. So I started with some soap bubbles and some oil and some inks and dyes and everything I can find in my bathroom and in my kitchen. So yeah, I was just curious and I will trying to get some really nice creative and visual effects. I was also very interested throughout the years with the liquid light show. So that's the technique that was used in the 60s and 70s during the live concerts. With the overhead projectors, you can just layer up the glass plates and then you can pour some oils and alcohols and inks. So you can get these psychedelic shapes on the walls during the concerts. It's all about the curiosity. And during my whole art education, since I was 13, because firstly I was in art high school and then I was in fine arts university in my city, and I always had really big problems with colors because I had this spectrum of daltonism. So I always have a really big struggle with painting and mixing the paint, and I was focused mostly on drawing in black ink to avoid using colors. I always had this urge to pursue the abstract expression full of colors because it was something that was pulling me all the time, but I had no courage to experiment with colors. And when I got my first microscope, I finally could see that when you mix those inks, they know what to do. They know how to mix with themselves. And then when you add the chemicals and they start to mix in very special ways. So that was finally my gateway to abstract expression. It made it really easy to start to experiment with color, and it started to be something completely different than I used to draw before, because I was drawing like really symmetrical and really structural and things when I was working in my field of illustration and tattooing. And I finally found it as a really big, like a refreshment and a big possibility to finally experiment with all kinds of forms, because it is like unlimited possibilities you can have working with such a medium. So you can put some water and oil, and if you use some certain like type of light, you can make really crazy effects with just this. If you start to add more substances like any kind of household liquids or some chemicals, and you name it, you can put anything you want there. And just through like trial and error and experimentation, I found my way to get some nice results. But I had no background in science. I always had troubles with chemistry in high school. I had zero knowledge about any of this. And it was all about looking for my own abstract expression and the colors and the form. And I finally started to find my own visual language in this. And then when I got the videos and I started to publish it, I had this feeling that I was using some of the Creative Commons sounds that you can get on the internet, some music that can be used for free, or started to use the music my friends made. But I thought that I had this feeling that I should start to learn about music production. I had nothing in common with this. So it was like, since I was 13, I was working only with visual art. So it was like jumping off the cliff for me to start to work with music and sound design, because that was something that I never did at all. So I had some amazing friends around me, the same friends that got me the microscope. Luckily, they were musicians and some sound producers and really great producers. And they told me that there is no risk of failure. I started to get my first sound apps for iPad and then my first instruments. And then I got another life-changing gift from them. That was my first loop station that really can loop sounds, and the microphone. So that was my gateway to the sounds. And then I knew that those videos mean nothing without the sound design. So it's all coming together right now. Actually, I spend more time producing sounds than the visuals right now. I started this professional learning curve that I wanted to get to know more about the technical sides of the sound production and the music production. And yeah, the first years was only the microscope, and then I started to make it more complicated with the sounds. And yeah, that was just driven by curiosity, not driven by knowledge and experience, but mostly curiosity. And with the right use of the internet and with some educated people around you that are engineers and chemists, you can get really crazy results. I don't work with CGI and AI, and many people perceive my work that it is like anti-AI art, and I don't agree with this. I must say, because I really follow and I really appreciate a lot of great AI artworks. I think it will all evolve. That the concept, the idea is the art itself. Just your thoughts could be the artwork. Something like in poetry, like the words and the thoughts are the true essence of the thing you want to create. AI is just a tool, so you can just use it up your needs, or you can just be lazy and use it like a random generator. And it's the same with painting. You can use the paint to make some amazing stuff, and you can just be lazy and make something generic that everybody makes. It's only a tool, and it can be used in very good way and to create some amazing artworks. And it is crazy where it takes us.